So, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not sure if I should address gentlemen in this forum today, apart from the members of Team Azure, though our intended target audience was women for this special occasion. But nonetheless, a warm welcome to all of you on a Saturday evening. And thank you so much for taking out time to attend this session. The only thing I can promise you, you will, after this session, you will be telling yourself that thank goodness you attended this. You had a lot more choices, but I think this will be a worthwhile event. All I can promise you. So today, Team Azure brings to you to celebrate International Women's Day. We invite you to an insightful session on women and money, uh, a financial awareness for women in post-COVID era. Now, just to give you a brief idea about Team Azure, many of you would have attended our past events every year. We conduct an annual event called Evoke that we have been doing for the last 5, 6 years, and it's a very successful event. And our investors look forward to this annual event every year. But unfortunately, due to COVID, we couldn't do this event last year in March because March was the time when COVID started, and we're not sure whether we can do this year as well in person. So at least we thought, let's bring something to you in the electronic format, and that's why to celebrate International Women's Day, we brought you this program. We bring you this program. Just to give you a brief background about Team Azure, to all the members who doesn't know about Team Azure, we are a study group, in fact, of 8 like-minded professionals, all running our own practices, but we meet together on alternate Saturdays uh, uh, at each one of us office and try and discuss best ideas, best practices in our business, learn and share, different stuff related to our business, and handhold each other's into, you know, to become a better advisors. So this we've been doing for last 8 years, and uh, you know, and that has really helped us well. And Evoke was a result of this. So, so this is about Team Azure. Then today's session is very special. As I said, women and money. Many of you might think that many of you who are attending always worried about money because, and I've realized one thing, and please correct me, Radhika, when you start, 90% of the problem in the world are related to money. Okay. And 10% problems are related to other things like relationships or health or other things. But 90% of the problem in the world are related to money. And if we can help solve this problem, in somebody's life, I think that's a great job done. So this is what Radhika will be talking about today in our session. But before I start the session, I would like to introduce Radhika to you all. And many of you may not uh, need her introduction because I'm sure in this lockdown, Radhika has done marathon seminars. I don't know if she would have done maybe more than 200 or 300 such seminars. She's the most hardworking person I've seen in the entire lockdown, every other day appearing on some or other webinar on different topics. So by now, many of you would have known her. But if not, then I'll just give a quick intro, and it's a very interesting intro she has. She's a global citizen, having grown up across 4 continents. Guys, 4 continents. You know, until when I saw Radhika's profile, I used to think myself, yeah, I'm so lucky. I've grown up in 4 different cities. Born up in Rajasthan, brought up in Assam, studied in Bangalore, MBA in Delhi, and then in Bombay. And my profile was unique. But I've not seen somebody who is like grown up in 4 continents. And we would like to know more about you, more about from you, Radhika. She's a keen storyteller, bridge player, and a Twitter microblogger. And if you've not seen a video, a YouTube video has become very viral. The girl with a broken neck. And I would encourage all of you, if you've not seen a video, please, after the session, go and watch her video. Okay. It's such an inspiring story which narrates her life journey, and it has garnered more than 100,000 views in a very short span of time. And Radhika is a graduate from all the Ivy Leagues we always dream of, University of Pennsylvania, Wharton School. She's done economics from there, and she's the youngest woman in our industry. Okay, she's the CEO of Edelweiss Asset Management, and I mean, the best thing, but what I like about Radhika is her penchant for sarees, and I've met her in person many times. She has an amazing collection of sarees. So all you women out there, you can make Radhika your friend. You can, and then she will invite you to her house to show her collection of sarees. That will be an added bonus of this webinar to you. So with this, I would also like to introduce our moderator of the session, our own Vinayak Sapre. Vinayak is a dear friend of all of us. He's known as Mr. Kabir in our industry because he's very popular for his uh, best-selling book, Dohanomics. Okay, and which translates Doha's and Rahim's. Uh, we've all heard his Dohas, Rahim's, and Kabir's Dohas, but he has connected all these Dohas into personal finance in such a simple manner. So I would really urge all of you, if you have not read his book Dohanomics, please go to Amazon, Flipkart, and buy that book. I think it's a very interesting read. So he will moderate this session for the next 40 minutes with Radhika. But before I give Vinayak, before I request Vinayak to come, Radhika, I have a very interesting question to you. Radhika, I've done like in last 10 years more than 500 seminars, and in my seminar, my first slide is like this. This seminar, either you can understand this seminar in 5 minutes, or you may not be able to understand this for lifetime. And my experience tells me that all women participants who attend this seminar, and even children also, they are able to understand it in 5 minutes. And all the men counterparts, they unfortunately are not able to understand for lifetime. Okay, I don't know whether they think is it too simple. It can't be so simple, right? And because of our own ego, we try to tend to make it very complicated. So I just wanted to understand your views, because in the last 10 years you have interacted with both men and women. What is your take on this? Is finance such a complicated topic that women feel this is not my thing, my cup of tea? So I'm curious to know your view, being a woman. And over to you, Radhika, and then Vinayak, you can take over from there.
Okay. Thank you so much, Gajendra. I'll answer that question. And I'm sorry I'm not in a sari today, but I'm really excited to talk to the many number of people on this call this Saturday evening. No, finance is, so I'll tell you what Smriti Irani once told me, and it really worked for me. She said, if a woman is smart enough to run her house, if she's smart enough to manage men and in-laws in her family, and if she's smart enough in most cases to run her career, then she can definitely manage money. She's like mutual funds ही तो है, उससे ज़्यादा क्या है? So all the things we do in life is possibly the least complicated thing that we do. So my short answer
Okay.
to the question is no. Of all the things that we do, and the reason we're quicker at understanding things is because we just have a lot to do. So we also happen to be marginally better at multitasking, and no male.
Wow.
That's
And I'm
great.
sure after this session they will be even more confident, with the ideas you would share. Yes, Vinayak, sir, please.
That's great. Short but a very sweet answer, Radhika. And I think you have set the context of the session right at the beginning and very smartly. Uh, Honestly, I tell you, this is probably for the first time I'm feeling nervous. Okay, and probably because I am now on the other side. I can understand the people who are into the business of taking interviews, and a personality like Radhika Gupta, I mean, it's very overwhelming for me to, you know, asking questions to her. Still, I'll try my level best to give the best shot. Before I start the first question, I would like to make an announcement that people who have the questions, they can type their questions in the chat box or in the question and answer chat box. We will take the questions later on. Before that, Radhika, I'll start with a nazm which you had shared few days ago. I think ये nazm Faiz Sahab की है. And what is very interesting, which probably Gajendra didn't notice, is despite staying in 4 different continents, her command over Urdu is amazing. And probably that is because of her genes. So the Nazm says, नसीब आजमाने के दिन आ रहे हैं, नसीब आजमाने के दिन आ रहे हैं, सपने कितने देखे हैं हमने, करीब उनके आने के दिन आ रहे हैं। जो कभी सोचा था, जो कभी सोचा था, जो दिल से कहा है, जो दिल से सुना है, दुनिया को सुनाने के दिन आ रहे हैं। हम किस मिट्टी के बने हैं, हम किस मिट्टी के बने हैं, हम क्या हैं, हम क्या बन सकते हैं, रंग जमाने को दिखाने के दिन आ रहे हैं। अगर ये नज़्म मुझे बड़ी अच्छी भी लगी और खासकर आज के सेशन के लिए मुझे आखिरी ये जो 3 लाइनें हैं, कि हम क्या हैं, हम क्या बन सकते हैं, मुझे लगता है अगर मुझे इजाज़त मिले तो मैं कहूँगा कि हम क्या बना सकते हैं। एंड दैट्स व्हाट अ वुमन इन्वेस्टर कैन डू टू द पोर्टफोलियो ऑफ द फैमिली। मुझे ऐसा लगता है। तो माय फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन टू यू राधिका इज why women should be more aware about their personal finance, especially post COVID. और अभी खत्म नहीं हुआ है, लेकिन पेंडेमिक में हमने बहुत सारी ऐसी चीजें देखी हैं। तो why it is more important for a woman to get into personal finance?
तो दो करूंगी मैं विनायक, और थैंक यू फॉर राइटिंग दैट नज़म। जस्ट फॉर अ सेकंड बिफोर आई आंसर योर क्वेश्चन, मैं उस नज़म की भी आपको हिस्ट्री बताती हूँ। तो मैंने एक्चुअली फैज साहब से अडेप्ट की थी, कुछ ओरिजिनल लाइंस उनकी हैं। एंड हमारा एडलवाइज म्यूचुअल फंड का टाउन हॉल हो रहा था, एंड आई ऑलवेज फेल्ट एंड आई थॉट कि इतना खूबसूरत बात है कि आपने उस नज़म को आज पेश किया। आई एक्चुअली नेवर थॉट इट वुड बी यूज्ड लाइक दिस, एंड सो आई एडेड सम लाइन्स टू it. It was originally intended for Edelweiss Mutual Fund and my team, so I had written it and dedicated to them. But I think it is for the spirit of anybody जो सदियों से, सालों से काम कर रहा है, and he's just beginning to see the limelight and realize his own potential. तो हम क्या बन सकते हैं, क्या हैं और क्या बन सकते हैं, हमारा पोटेंशियल क्या है, आई थिंक इट हाईलाइट। सो थैंक यू फॉर शेयरिंग इट। जहां तक पोस्ट कोविड की बातें हैं, आई थिंक फ्यू थिंग्स अबाउट कोविड। वन इज कि कोविड ने हमें ये दिखाया है एज मेन, विमेन, चिल्ड्रन, फैमिली मेंबर्स ऑफ सोसाइटी कि जिंदगी कितनी प्रिकेरियस है। We may be living a perfect life as a family unit, but then something like comes up and shakes us. It shakes our way of living, it shakes our jobs, it shakes our finances, and it has an impact that we don't understand. And many people, and I interact with people, who are salaried, and I interact with people worth thousands of crores. They've gone through losses of jobs. They have gone through EMIs on homes that they can no longer afford. They've gone through business downturns. They've had to shut factories. I mean, the whole range of things have happened. And these are ultimately, as Gajendra said, the root of these problems is financial. Now, every individual, when he goes through this, the family is also affected. So all of us are affected. And therefore, it's very important that man or woman, both people of the family, are aware of the basics of finance, what the family's financial situation is, and how one can have an intelligent discussion and also perhaps wade out of that situation. ऐसे गंभीर हालातों में क्या होता है, अगर man of the house, जिसे so called man of the house भी कहते हैं, if he's alone trying to navigate that situation, it's not easy for him. By the way, having two minds who understand situations is better than one. The woman also in many cases is the holds the family together in these tough circumstances. And when you're going through financial stress and you don't know finance, it can be much easier to do, much harder to do that job of holding the family together. So, for many reasons, women should understand financial planning and money, but more so because of the kind of time we live in and the kind of stress we go through. It's very important that both members really work like partnerships. I think women need to understand it to be an equal part in decision making.
Yeah, I believe that's precisely the reason that all of us in our study group, Team Azure, we emphasize on this thing that both the husband and wife should be part of the discussion when we are discussing the portfolios. Idea is not to make or not to ask the lady of the house to take charge or take the decision. वो कहीं से भी नारी शक्ति वाला या ये कहे विद्रोह की बात नहीं करने की है. Idea ये है कि people, the family members, especially the husband and wife both, should be aware what is happening to their money and where the money is lying. For example, जैसे आपने भी एक बात कही, pandemic में अगर job loss हो गया, God forbid if anything goes wrong with the bread earner, the lady of the house should know the passwords of the different investment avenues, बैंक हो कुछ भी हो, लेकिन उसको awareness होना चाहिए, and that's where the participation is very very important. And thank you so much for this. My second question is, what all different roles women can play in the women and money play in the life of a family?
So, firstly, बड़ा क्वेश्चन है कि सवाल देना मुश्किल है, but I'll talk about a perspective on money and women's ability with money, and historically women ने money में क्या role play किया है, and maybe why it is sort of important going forward, and why educating a woman on money is important. I think women का जो money के साथ prowess है fundamentally underestimate करते हैं विनायक. जब हम अपनी माँ को देखते हैं या अपनी नानी को देखते हैं या अपनी दादी को देखते हैं, तो हमें शायद याद आता होगा, चाहे माँ दादी काम नहीं करती थी, मेरी दादी काम नहीं करती थी, माँ काम करती थी, तो शायद दादी काम नहीं करती थी, उनको घर के खर्च के लिए पैसे दिए जाते थे, दादाजी से पैसे दिए जाते थे. हम लोग यूपी के वी आर गुप्तास, तो उसको वी यूज्ड टू कॉल गुप्त धन जो दिया जाता था. अब वो खर्चे के पैसे दिए जाते थे, एंड मोस्ट ऑफ अस डिडंट कम फ्रॉम वेरी प्रिविलेज्ड बैकग्राउंड्स, लोअर मिडिल क्लास बैकग्राउंड्स से आते थे, and there were so many constraints in the family, like there were many kids to bring up, there was ghar ka kharcha to manage, there was all this to do, and these women used to do all of this, right? They used to do all of it beautifully. They used to manage all the expenses of the house, make sure the kids got educated well, even if it meant making sacrifices themselves. They did all that because they knew the kids had goals, they had to be educated, they had to be married off. And by the way, they used to do this guptan thing, which is save some money on the side. तो चाहे इतना सा मिलता था, खर्चे भी सारे निकाल लेते थे और बचत भी कर लेते थे, उसे हम गुप्ताओं में गुप्तधन कहते हैं. इनफैक्ट हमारे घर में तो ऐसा हुआ, गजेंद्र मेंशन दैट वी लिव्ड इन मल्टीपल डिफरेंट कॉन्टिनेंट्स. तो हम एक बार नाइजीरिया में रहे थे, वी वर देयर फॉर 3 years, एंड नाइजीरिया इज अ वेरी अनसेफ कंट्री, वेस्ट अफ्रीका में है. तो मेरी मम्मी के ने अपना गुप्त धन कहीं बचा के ड्रॉर में रखा था, बैंक कोई नहीं जाता था, इट वाज नो सॉर्ट ऑफ फॉर्मल रिलायबल बैंकिंग सिस्टम. एक दिन जब घर में चोरी हुई तो पता चला कि उनके गुप्त धन का क्वांटम कितना है. एंड हिंदुस्तान को डिमोनेटाइजेशन के टाइम पता चला कि हिंदुस्तानी नारी की सेविंग हैबिट कितनी है. आई थिंक द फंडामेंटल एबिलिटी, इन्वेस्टिंग स्टार्ट्स विद सेविंग. सेविंग की एबिलिटी हिंदुस्तानी नारी में सदियों से है, और बाय द वे उसने ये सारा काम बिना एक्सेल स्प्रेडशीट और MIS और प्रेस रिलीज और मैं कितना अच्छा फाइनेंशियल हूँ और मैं वॉरेन बफेट की वो हूँ, उसने ये सब नहीं किया. तो सारी सेविंग की एबिलिटी उसमें है. गोल प्लानिंग की एबिलिटी जो है वो लेडी में है, बिकॉज शी नोज कि मेरी फैमिली की ये गोल्स रहेंगे. सो आई जस्ट वांटेड टू सेट दैट कॉन्टेक्स्ट. नाउ अनफॉर्चुनेटली क्या होता है, women still don't play enough of a role in finances of the family because they think isko outsource kar do. If they did, it would have they say when you educate a man, you educate a man. When you educate a woman, you educate an entire household and potentially a generation. The same thing is true of finance, right? Because women don't make decisions for themselves. They make decisions for their children. They make decisions for their, potentially their family. They make decisions for their parents. In fact, studies कहती हैं that 70% of consumption decisions in the world are actually driven by women. If a brand wants to appeal to someone, he should appeal to a woman because women drive 70% of consumption decisions. So that is why a woman being financially savvy, just like a woman being educated, has a far more reaching impact on your household. If you are financially savvy, तो आप अपने पति के साथ बैठ के you will make much better goals for the family than one person making a decision.
Yeah, very true. And I think recent example of demonetization से अच्छा example अपने पास है नहीं, जहाँ की कई फीमेल्स ने अपने एक्चुअली घर चलाया या पता चला कि किस तरह से बचा के रखे थे पैसे. I think they need to graduate from savings to investing, and that's where the role of the man in the house actually comes into play, that they need to show some confidence in their better half, and the women in also, they also need to come out of that comfort zone कि नहीं मुझे जानने की जरूरत है, वो बहुत because that happens in the case of single women also, where they don't take charge of their money. थोड़ा सा अलग हटते हैं और नई जनरेशन के लोगों के बारे में बात करते हैं. दैट नई जनरेशन के बच्चों को ये कह लीजिए कि जो मेरी जनरेशन के लोग हैं, आप तो काफी हमारे शायद एक जनरेशन के बाद की है, लेकिन मेरी जनरेशन के जो लोग हैं, हमने probably we have seen the maximum swing, you can say that we have seen. अगर मैं किचन की बात करूं तो हमने से कितने लोग ऐसे होंगे जिन्होंने एकदम पुराने किचन से, जो कि आग जलाने से वाले जो किचन है, चूल्हे से लेकर एकदम मॉडर्नाइज किचन देखा है अपनी लाइफ साइकिल में. तो ऐसे में जो नेक्स्ट जनरेशन है, जो अभी नई जनरेशन है, जनरेशन वाई बोल लीजिए, जेड बोल लीजिए, जो भी है, जेन जी बोल लीजिए, इन लोगों ने शायद आपने डॉक्टर वेलुमनी का भी इंटरव्यू लिया हुआ है, पहले हमारे यहाँ भी गेस्ट थे वो, एंड ही सेज दैट स्कैरसिटी इज द अपॉर्चुनिटी. पॉवर्टी में अपॉर्चुनिटी होती है. मैं ये नहीं चाहता हूँ कि सबकी पॉवर्टी हो, लेकिन लोगों ने वो चीज जो संघर्ष है वो नहीं देखा है. तो नई जनरेशन के लिए आप कुछ कहना चाहते हो? क्योंकि what I have mentioned that in my book also, that in the last 25 years the spending pattern of the country has changed drastically. However, the saving or the investing pattern has more or less remained the same. So would you like to give some message to them that and why they need to be more careful about investing?
I can tell you some stories, and I sort of believe that I represent the generation somewhere in the middle. Sorry, I was. So I sort of believe I represent the generation in the middle, and some people say I'm a millennial, maybe, right?
Yeah.
So I agree कि जो मेरे फादर की जनरेशन है या मेरी नानी की जनरेशन है, उसने तंगी देखी है. और ये हमारे फादर्स की बात नहीं है, ये उस 90s की जनरेशन की बात है. यू नो, दे वेंट फ्रॉम अ फेज जहां घर में गैस कनेक्शन नहीं मिलता था, जहां घर में फोन नहीं होता था. फॉरगेट मोबाइल फोन एंड स्मार्टफोन. घरों में नहीं होता था. मेरे नानी घर में फोन नहीं होता था. फोन आता था तो नेबर के घर आता था. I grew up in India, where I remember when in 90s when we used to come back from the US, हम लोग न्यूयॉर्क में रहते थे. हम आते थे तो लोग भर भर के सामान मंगवाते थे. यूएस से आ रहे हो, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स लाओ, टैंक लाओ. आपको शायद ऑरेंज पाउडर भी याद होगा जो आता था. अभी जैसे 2-3 साल पहले मैं अपने देवर की शादी के लिए आई वेंट टू द यूएस ना. आज मैं फादर इन लॉ व्हाट आई शुड आई गेट. ही सेड पटेल की दुकान है ना बैंड्रा में, उसमें सब मिल जाता है उसी दाम में, तो कुछ लाने की जरूरत नहीं है. I mean, it's true. That is the prosperity that this generation has grown up with in India. So we all know stories of our parents and grandparents, you know, who walked, you know, to save little things like bus fares. And I think for the younger generation, I would say two things. And actually, this is a topic very close to my heart. One is that you're growing up in a far more prosperous India. You have far more opportunities than your parents did. The best thing would be, and even before money management, in your career, in your life, to do whatever you can to take advantage of the starting point, because your starting point is very different from your parents' starting point. It is because they worked so hard to give you that starting point. So my father always says कि बेटा हर generation को ना आगे बढ़ना चाहिए. They should take a leap. I think that's important. Now, as far as money is concerned, my one piece of advice for younger people would be start saving. And at some point, I don't even think it matters what the amount is. It is a culture of starting to save. So I always tell young people when I meet that start one SIP. यार कोई तो तुम SIP शुरू करो. और इसलिए SIP शुरू करो क्योंकि it gets the habit कि तुम हर महीने कुछ पैसे बचाओगे. चाहे 5,000 रुपए बचा लो, फिर 10 कर लो, फिर 15 कर लो, जो भी कर लो. Just like, you know, every month I get a salary, we pay tax तो देना ही है. चाहे मुझे अच्छा है बुरा लगे, आईफोन खरीद वो भी करना है, टैक्स तो देना ही है. My SIP is like my investment tax. It's something I have to do, and it just has to happen. And I would tell you as a young person, you know, I have made a lot of stupid investment mistakes in life, but I was lucky in that I started earning when I was 22. And this was a good time in the US. 2005-6-7 तो आपको पता है फाइनेंशियल सर्विसेज में कैसे अच्छे साल रहे. तो बोनस थे बचा लिए. Nivesh bhi karna hai, and I've made some stupid investing mistakes, which we can chat about later, but I save. Now, the younger generation is also different from your generation, and I'm not making you sound old in that sense, that their career ambitions are very different. They don't want, like my father, to be in the same job all their life. They want to challenge themselves. Job nahi acha laga, they'll want to quit. They want to start a business. When you save early and you have that financial independence in kitty, you have the freedom to make choices. So you can't just say, I want to make choices without being able to fund those choices. So I remember when we decided to leave the US to start Forefront Capital, I didn't have to ask my father and father-in-law and all these people because I had enough surplus to run that business and run my life. So I would tell the younger generation, you need to save so that you can make the choices that you want to save, that you really want.
Yeah. And thanks to you that you actually use that term financial independence and financial freedom. That's where I think when we talk to the Gen Z and we talk about retirement, it doesn't excite them. And that's where I realize that if I talk to them about financial freedom, actually that goes well with them. And secondly, I have started defining financial freedom also through a doha called चाह मिट्टी चिंता मिट्टी मनवा बेपरवाह जिसको कुछ नहीं चाहिए वह असली शहंशाह. And secondly, the next generation should understand that probably their company or their lifestyle may not allow them to work till 60. So 45 or 50 could be the new retirement age. So it's better to start early. I started at the age of 22 with a very small amount. You can also start with a small amount and can become financially free. So the next question is, we have seen a lot of divorces happening now in India also, and there are many females who are opting for. I mean, they prefer to live as single women. They don't get married, and then we have widows as well. And most of the time, we have seen that they become the victim of a wrong advice, or if, because of the absence of good people around at times, because they cannot uh, show the confidence, they end up messing with their money. So, some wisdom of words from your end for them that why they need to take care of their money.
So there are, Vinayak, and this again, it's a topic very close to my heart because I have seen very messy divorces in my own friends and family. I'm helping a few people through some of this. I always say life is uncertain, and divorce is one of those realities that I think we need to come to terms with and just talk about. One reason that women need to be actively involved, and we'll come to what happens after divorce, in managing their own finances. I have seen cases where women were senior professionals at a large financial institution earning very good salaries,
Yeah.
some of them in the money management role also. And they'll have a divorce, but they left all the money management to their husband. And then a divorce happened. And by the way, all the assets happened to be in the husband's name because the wife never checked that she had any assets. And these are just heartbreaking cases. I've seen in my own family a perfectly well-educated woman in my mother's family who was forced not to work. और उस टाइम ना NRI शादियां बहुत बाहर जाने का चलन होता था कि कनाडा चले जाओ, US चले जाओ, UK चले जाओ. और आपको पता है brides का how they were treated in that time. And then one day her husband abandoned her on her 40th birthday, taking all her money, jewelry, and leaving her with two little children in Canada. ये मेरे खुद के घर में हुआ है because I was in the US, so I was the only family member who could go see her. And then I've seen this woman actually, and she had nothing because she didn't know anything about finances. And then she rebuilt her career, she rebuilt her life. She got married again, Vinayak, this relative of mine. And she said, चाहे कुछ भी हो जाए, चाहे मेरा पति जितना भी अच्छा हो, फाइनेंशियल कंट्रोल ना मेरे हाथ में रहेगा, करियर मेरे हाथ में रहेगा, फाइनेंशियल कंट्रोल मेरे हाथ में रहेगा. The second thing that you talked about is when divorce happens in India or anywhere in the world, women usually get a large financial settlement as part. And especially for non-working women, this is important because that financial settlement is supposed to take care of them for the rest of their life. And that is when this issue of bankers, etc., whoever comes in and they get wrong financial advice, and the money gets squandered. At that time, I would encourage you to be very careful. Firstly, I would tell you, before that settlement happens, start getting financially literate, and put down in a document without anybody around what that money is going to be used for. If you have 30, 40 years in your life, this is what you expect with the money. This is what kind of return you need to fulfill your goals, your retirement. Divide that money into a housing bucket, a daily life bucket, maybe a retirement bucket. If you have children's liabilities like education to take care of, divide it into buckets, and then divide it into things that you're comfortable with. If you're conservative, if you're aggressive, put down all your goals. By the way, I have a personal investment policy statement that me and my husband create together, where we talk about everything that, we are very uncomfortable if our portfolio is down 20%. Everything, it's deeply personal. Put that down so that even before you consult an advisor or friend or anybody, you know what you want. Because that settlement is a one-time settlement. The worst thing that can happen is to squander that settlement away. So that's what I would tell you. And be very careful before you trust anyone.
Yeah, very true. In fact, I use one doha when it comes to advice, is संगत कीजिए साधु की कभी न निष्फल होए. ऐसे अच्छे आदमी का, अच्छे इंसान का साथ लीजिए जो आपका उसका निष्फल नहीं होता, उसका बुरा नहीं होता. लोहा पारस स्पर्श से तो भी कंचन होए. So what we are saying basically कि ये दोहा कहता है कि अगर जिस तरह से अच्छे आदमी की संगत में आप आए, अच्छे इंसान की संगत में आए, तो लोहा जैसे पारस पत्थर के संगत में आके सोना बन जाता है, वैसे आप बन सकते हैं. And that's where I believe that the role of advisors, and we at Team Azure, when we discuss, we harp on this, that we need to empower our investors, our clients, whilst we are managing their money, because वो एक कंटिन्यूअस प्रोसेस है. वो एक दिन का इन्वेस्टर एजुकेशन प्रोग्राम करने से वो खत्म नहीं होता. And since you run the campaign and you touched upon the advice part, you run a campaign called Advice Zaruri Hai. So why don't you throw some light on that? What prompted you to come with this idea that Advice Zaruri, and आपकी लाइफ में एडवाइस का क्या रोल रहा है?
बिल्कुल. Before I do that, I must compliment the women who are sort of making this very interactive by sharing their thoughts on the chat window. There's some great comments coming in.
Yes,
so,
yes.
And it's becoming a really nice interactive session rather than just two of us talking. So really encourage people to kind of talk and just share comments and suggestions on the chat window. There's something Poonam shared that I'll touch upon later that I really loved there, Poonam Kurani. So lovely. So Vinayak, coming back to your question on advice जरूरी है, I think जिंदगी के हर क्षेत्र में, और ये पैसे की बात नहीं है, because the great thing about money I've realized is money is not very different from life. What works in life also really works in money.
That is so true.
I think money teaches you a lot about life, and life teaches you a lot about money. I think that's the beautiful relationship between them. So I think जिंदगी के हर क्षेत्र में advice जरूरी है. आई थिंक बचपन से हमें माँ बाप की एडवाइस मिलती है, चाहे आप ऑफिस में हो, किसी का भी करियर हो, दे विल टेल यू अबाउट कोई मेंटर होगा, कोई बॉस होगा जिसने उसे बहुत एडवाइस दी विद विच दे गॉट दैट फार. अगर आप किसी भी एथलीट से पूछें या कोई आपके घर में भी इफ दे ट्रेनिंग लाइक माय हस्बैंड ट्रेन्स माय Ironman, he'll talk about the importance of his coach. I have done public speaking training at some point in my life, and I can't tell you the importance of a good coach or advisor. And that's why we started this campaign, to highlight the need for advice in all fields of life and especially money. And the challenge in money is कि जब बीमार होते हैं तो ये कभी नहीं कहते कि भैया गूगल कर लेना, या जब न्यूट्रिशनिस्ट के पास हम जाते हैं, हालांकि खाने के बारे में हमें बहुत कुछ पता है, लेकिन फाइनेंस की बात होती है तो कहते हैं गूगल कर लो. आई एम ऑन सोशल मीडिया वेरी एक्टिवली, and there are all kinds of people on the internet, and you will see people asking for advice from random people and following advice from random people who are totally not qualified to give financial advice, or just googling it and making bad investment decisions. I mean, this is hard earned money, and the point of the campaign is to tell everybody that please seek financial advice. It is there and it is good and it is not expensive. So please go out and seek it. I think if you're investing in a good family doctor, if you're investing in a good CA, if you're investing in आपके बच्चों के लिए आप coaching या tutoring करवाते हैं, if you're investing in all of that, please invest in this and please take the effort to find a good financial advisor, not the first person who comes and approaches you and says, I'll give you some tips on the market.
So people get carried away, especially on the social media, which you rightly said. और मुझे कबीर साहब का एक दोहा यहाँ पे याद आता है कि साधु भया तो क्या भया माला पेहरी चार, बाहर भेष बनाइया भीतर भरी अंगार. कि अच्छी अच्छी पोस्ट भले ही वो बंदा डाल रहा हो या कहीं किसी के कोट्स उधार के डाल रहा हो, आप यू गेट इम्प्रेस्ड, बट द फैक्ट इज योर एडवाइजर शुड सिट इन फ्रंट ऑफ यू टू नो यू बेटर. Whether he knows the market or not, that's secondary. First of all, the advisor should know you first. Then thereafter, he or she can becomes eligible to manage your money. That's my personal opinion, and that's where we all in the team Azure we work on that. So ये तो रही बात रोल ऑफ एडवाइस की. एक चीज और है जो आलस जिसको हम बोलते हैं कि हेल्थ और वेल्थ हमेशा कल से शुरू होती है. हम लोग बात करते हैं कि कल से जिम जाऊंगा, कल से ये करूंगा. तो आप किसी को बोलिए पढ़ने के लिए कि आप इन्वेस्टमेंट के बारे में कुछ पढ़ना शुरू करो, तो लोग कहते हैं अरे वो पेपर कौन आएगा, आज पेपर आया नहीं, मैगजीन आई नहीं, फला हो गया, ऐसा हो गया. But the same person you can see that spending 5-6 hours on social media or on their phone, if not social media. So what one advice would you give to these women who keep their phone in their hands but they don't use the technology to understand the money part or the money lessons?
दोहा, the only दोहा that I was taught through life, और मुझे शायद पूरा याद नहीं है, is your कबीर का काल करे सो आज कर. I mean, my parents instilled this in me all my life, and I think that answers this really, really well. See, I think technology is actually a really big blessing for women in many different ways. But, you know, learning about finance today has become very, very easy. There's so many platforms like this. There are shows, there is content online. Like if you go to edelweisemf.com, there is so much content for someone in every website. I'm sure if you go to any financial advisor's portal, there is so much content online. We all spend tons of time on our phone. I'm asking you, can you spend 1 hour in a week? 1 hour in a week, Vinayak? This is not a large amount.
Yes.
Picking up some content and becoming a slightly better investor. And I also want to tell you that, you know, in India, because you talked about quotes and social media, etc., you know, becoming a better investor doesn't mean you read these big fat books and you write Warren Buffett quotes and you're in trading screens. It means none of that. This is another myth that the financial services industry propagates, that घर के पैसे मैनेज करने के लिए मुझे वॉरेन बफेट के ज्ञान देना जरूरी है. ये बिल्कुल फॉल्स है. इनफैक्ट आई थिंक हमारी हिंदुस्तानी संस्कृति में बहुत कुछ है that might teach you just as much about money in your own language and in a language that is very close to your heart. So can you spend 1 hour a week, just 1 hour a week, either through the physical mechanism online, through the podcast mechanism? There is so much to learn. Secondly, you know, things like viewing your portfolio, getting your statements, all this stuff has become so easy online. The other recommendation I have for you is once a quarter, can you and your husband sit down, and if you have older kids, please involve them in the process also.
Yes.
Do a financial review of your portfolio. Just see कि क्या. It doesn't mean you have to take action. It doesn't mean you have to change everything. But और साथ में एडवाइजर को लेके बैठिए और once a quarter आप एक बार बैठ के बात कर सकते हैं क्या. ये अगर आप 1 hour a week to learn and once a quarter to just understand what the situation is, I think you'll be doing yourself a great service.
That is so true. Before I ask you the next question, I would like to read Poonamji's post here, and she so rightly said that social media give you one-step advice, do this, do that, but actually it's a process over days, weeks, months, and years. And she talks about Rajendra Bhatia ji, that for which one need hand-holding over a long span. Rajendra Bhatia has been holding mine for last 6 years. And that's the role of an advisor, that do the hand holding of the people. It's not about only managing money, it's all about managing emotions of people so that they commit less mistakes. और अगर गलतियां कम हो गई जो कि आपके कंट्रोल में है तो आपका काम आसान हो जाता है.
And very nice. Social media gives one-step advice for the world. It doesn't give you advice that is personalized to you, right? Radhika's financial situation can be very different from Vinayak's financial situation.
Exactly.
People ask me, on social media, what is the best fund to invest in, madam? I said, I don't know what is the best fund because that's a bad question.
Yeah.
The right question is, what is the best fund for me? Right?
Yes.
मेरी और आपकी जरूरतें बहुत अलग हो सकती हैं.
बिल्कुल. अनफॉर्चुनेटली कुछ एक्सपर्ट वहां पहुंच जाते हैं वैसी राय देने के लिए, उसके लिए और तकलीफ लोगों की मुझे लगता है बढ़ जाती है. बिफोर आई कम टू द लास्ट क्वेश्चन, you have shown lot of concern. In fact, कहते हैं ना कि charity begins at home, या अपने पहले घर संवार लें फिर हम दूसरे की बात करें. तो you have shown lot of concern that फाइनेंशियल इंडस्ट्री में, फाइनेंशियल सर्विसेज में महिलाओं की भागीदारी बहुत कम है. इवन अभी हम जब इस सेशन के पहले भी हम ये बात कर रहे थे कि देयर आर ओनली 3-4 people one can think of calling for the discussion, which is not a great state to be in. And that's where I think वो जो सोसाइटी का, जो ये मेरी पर्सनल राय है कि जो सोसाइटी की जो एक ओपिनियन लोगों ने बना रखी है कि पैसे के बारे में सोचना सिर्फ मर्द का काम है, वहां से ही ये ऐसा होता है शायद कि जो लड़कियां जो है वो जॉब में नहीं आती. तो यू हैव शोन लॉट ऑफ कंसर्न. डू यू हैव एनी सजेशन फॉर योर ओन फ्रेटर्निटी दैट हाउ यू कैन, आई नो दैट यू हैव मेनी female colleagues in your team and you are doing your bit on your side, but do you have any suggestion on that?
So I question, and the reason I talk about this too much, और मुझे लोग कहते हैं कि तू feminist brand हो जाएगी, etc. And I said, if I am one of the, and I think all women have this responsibility in whatever field you are in, क्योंकि यहाँ भी जितनी ladies हैं, if you're working in any field, chances are आप उसमें minority है. And as I've grown up and become a little senior, I've realized कि हमारे ऊपर शायद आदमियों से एक अलग जिम्मेदारी है, that we perhaps have to role model and also speak for the cause of other women in this industry. नहीं तो हालात ऐसे ही रहेंगे. And the reason I'm so passionate about this in financial services is, and I'm talking to the women and girls on this call, I think it is a great industry for women, guys. I think it's a wonderful industry. It's such a professional industry, and there is so much to learn. And it's one of the, I have friends in film and manufacturing and many different industries. The kind of issues they go through in terms of harassment and issues, yahan kuch nahi hota. It is a really professional industry for women, and I just don't know why enough women are not joining and rising to the top. So the first thing I would tell people on this call is also that if you have girls, then please ask them to consider a career in any domain of financial services, whether it is money management or it is your industry, financial advisory. You have all the capability to do it. And please, you talked about the stereotype. I'm so glad you did. I think there's this tremendous pop culture stereotype that comes from movies like Wolf of Wall Street and Bazaar, where they show these big guys on Dalal Street who are managing money, and they're surrounded by girls and they're roaming around on yachts and they're drinking excessively. And Andy Mukherjee had put out this stupid tweet a few days ago that bankers are people who like to hang around in pubs. This country had a legacy of 7-8 banking CEOs in one time, and I think they were normal sari-clad women who were not hanging out in pubs. So I think that is the kind of heights women have attained in this industry. So the first thing I tell you is, please consider this as a career for your daughters and for yourself. It's really a wonderful career to have. So that's the first thing I would say. And you'll do a great job at it. There's some very fine female financial advisors, as all of you know. I think to my own fraternity, we, and I'll get into trouble for saying this, we talk about things like ESG and environmental social governance and all of that. I think that starts at home. right? We have about 150 leadership positions in asset management between head of equities, head of fixed income, head of sales, etc., etc. None of, I think 5, 7 are occupied by women. Let's all, and the men have to make an effort. 5 of us women, unfortunately, are not going to change this. The men have to make an effort to build a more inclusive place where more and more women want to build a career. So we actually did this in fund management, Vinayak, and I'll end on this note. We had to hire someone in fund management, and our co-founder is very passionate about increasing diversity at Edelweiss. This time we said, this is for our team that runs Balanced Advantage Fund. We are only going to hire a girl for the role. We just told HR and the consultants we will only hire a girl for the role. And we said, let's try. Dekhte hain hota hai ya nahi. We had 25 CVs for one position within 3 days, and we found phenomenal women. We could only hire.
Wow.
And we're going to do this more and more.
Yeah. Great, great. So thank you so much. I was thinking that मेरा last ये सवाल होगा कि last words of wisdom, but I think the kind of interaction we are seeing in the chat box, let's उसको उस सवाल को थोड़ी देर के लिए बाहर करते हैं और let's start taking the questions which are there on the chat box. So Nidhi asks the questions. She has asked a question that how do you make someone drive towards start saving early who are in the who are in their 20s, mid 20s, when that trend doesn't flow in the family?
This firstly is my mother runs a school, Nidhi, and it is very difficult to get a youngster to do anything, including saving early. So I don't envy the job that you have, and I think I'm not a mother yet, so I think mothers will perhaps do this much better than everyone. But I think you need to start talking to them about finance in their own language. I think Vinayak made a beautiful point that अगर हम youngster को कहेंगे ना तो retirement के लिए पैसे बता, so that doesn't matter to him. I think you need to give the youngster a sense that you don't need to start saving a huge amount, because when you think saving, you think very big numbers, and then he thinks it's a compromise because I can't buy a phone, I can't do this, etc. You tell him to start small. That's first. Second, you set goals that are interesting to a youngster. That in 2 years, don't you want to do this that I can't give you as a parent? Don't you want to do this? Well, why don't you start saving towards this particular goal? So I think youngsters have to be pushed in their own language so that they feel there is an interest for them to save. So one, tell them it's not a large amount. And secondly, tell them that these are goals that you need to save towards, and those goals are in their self-interest, and you'll actually see youngsters perhaps trying to move.
Yeah, that's true. So the next question is from Roshni. She says, thanks for the wonderful talk, Radhika. What would be your advice to enter entrepreneurship at mid-career?
So look, I think entrepreneurship is a great thing to experience. I've experienced it myself. A few things I would say. Mid-career is a good time to do entrepreneurship because I think by then you have enough experience that you are good at something and you can take a particular domain and do it. If you are working towards entrepreneurship, saving early and building a corpus is very, very important, because unlike a salaried income, an entrepreneur's financial life is very, very uncertain. Sometimes, like when I started Forefront Capital, SEBI required that you needed a minimum of 2 crores of capital in the business. We were 3 partners, so that was 70 lakhs each. Now, for a 25-year-old, that was a very, very large amount, right? Thankfully, I had the savings to do it. We come from middle-class families. So if you're looking to get into entrepreneurship, this whole discussion about being in your early careers, saving early, investing right, is very, very important. Also, remember, your business may not take off in the first year. So you will need to sustain your lifestyle. So I think that is very, very important as an entrepreneur. And I think entrepreneurship needs to be a very thought out decision. A lot of young people get into entrepreneurship because these days it's glamorous to be an entrepreneur. Like once upon a time, it was glamorous to be an IAS officer. Once upon a time, it was glamorous to work at, an MNC, right? Like Citi or Grindlays. Now it's glamorous to be an entrepreneur. I can tell you, having done this for 4 or 5 years, 3 weeks of being an entrepreneur will kick all the glamour out of the can. It's glamorous, yeah. It's really far more glamorous to do what I did now than Forefront Capital, because One, you really take the burden of everything. When you're working in a corporate job, you forget all the luxuries the corporate gives you in terms of support, like compliance and legal and administration. I mean, I was running the pantry also at Forefront Capital. I never had to do that. And I don't have to do that now. So, and the second is, building your own business and fighting for your bread literally every day is not as glamorous. You deal with a lot of client rejections. You deal with a lot of, like, my brother's running a business of his own. He's just dealing with GST refunds all day. So don't jump into it for the glamour. Jump into it when you're really, really ready.
Yeah. I believe somebody who is in corporate life, I know, since I know Roshni and she's at senior position in a corporate, I believe the mental toughness is the most important thing. This is, I mean, after interacting with people like me who left their job and started on their own, some of them could, they were able to continue, but some of them couldn't continue because that past glory, जो ग्लैमर है वो उनके दिमाग से बाहर निकला नहीं था. So I think if you are mentally tough, that then it's a good path to take on. Of course, challenges are always there in life, whether you are in the corporate life or in the entrepreneurship. So the next question is from Lavita Singhania. What is your advice on the younger generation wanting to invest in cryptocurrency? Do you think it will change the way we invest in future?
I don't know. I'm so glad someone asked, but I don't know what it is with the younger generation and Bitcoin. I mean, I was telling a mutual fund colleague of mine, Swaroop, that we are doing something wrong as mutual fund CEOs. People don't ask, do I want to do an SIP? They ask, do I want to buy Bitcoin? So now I'm going to get in trouble. And I get this question every day. I mean, on my Twitter handle, every day one young person writes, ma'am, can I buy Bitcoin as my first investment? I have a slightly unpopular and firm view on this. I don't understand cryptocurrency. And I don't understand how cryptocurrency in the Indian investors context is a regulated asset class. So if I don't understand something, and if the asset class is fundamentally unregulated, I will not trust my hard-earned savings with that. It's lovely for the younger generation to think these things, but money is hard-earned. Now I'm going to talk like a slightly young person. If young people want to do that, I have a suggestion. If you earn 100 rupees, please take 90 and invest it in what we girls call dal chawal kind of investments. जो घर पे खाते हैं ना, do that, the basic, the simple things. 10% आपका अगर पैसा है ना, then you please direct it to cryptocurrency. But I would re-emphasize, money is hard earned.
Yeah. So the next question is, somebody asked that, Vandana ji asked, hello, Ms. Radhika, I would like to know which financial plan is the best in today's time. I think every financial plan, if you allow me, I can answer this question, is that, as we say, it is personal finance. It means person comes before finance. So हर एक के लिए अलग अलग financial plan होता है, होना चाहिए, and you sit with your advisor and probably he or she is the best one to answer your question. I mean, they can give you the solution better rather than Radhika Gupta or Vinayak Sapre.
Totally,
right?
100%. Personal finance, personal first. Finance much later.
Yeah. If any one of you want to share any of your own story, I think.
Now you're struggling with it because there's so much great conversation going on now.
Yeah, yes. Maybe, okay.
विनायक ये नेहा पटेल का क्वेश्चन है.
हाँ पूछिए, अब मुझे दिख नहीं रहा.
There are two questions I see. There's one from Neha and one from Nidhi.
Yeah, Nidhi is, whom do you take as a role model, Radhika?
Who do I take as a role model in the financial business? Yeah. So I'll give you 2-3 answers.
Yes.
Yeah, I think, I love to take good qualities from everyone I see. But I think it's very important for each individual to focus on being themselves. So I never say I want to be like someone. One person who I 100% love is ex-SBI chief Arundhati Bhattacharya. She's one of the people I got to interview. And the reason I love Arundhati is because she's, she's the chairman of State Bank, but she's a strong woman. I mean, if you talk to her and if you see her running after promoters who SBI has to get, she's a strong woman. And you would think public sector bank, very serious kind of person. She doesn't take herself very seriously. So when I asked her this like stereotypical question of work-life balance, etc., she's like, जिंदगी में क्या है, हस्बैंड तो सबके एक जैसे ही होते हैं, थोड़ा लाइफ में साड़ी ब्लाउज टेलर ठीक हो, कुक अच्छा हो तो जिंदगी कट जाती है, ज्यादा हस्बैंड की स्ट्रेस मत करो, ज्यादा घर की स्ट्रेस मत करो, गिव योर बेस्ट टू इट एंड जस्ट गो ऑन. सो आई लव Arundhati completely. And I'm extremely personally inspired by my own grandmother, my maternal grandmother. She was the first breadwinner of the family, and she always regrets that she couldn't be a doctor. But the reason she had to become a breadwinner is because my nana was working a corporate job and he lost his job. And she kind of, then she was a teacher, but she retired as a principal of a school with 3,000 people, Hindi medium school. And she pushed my mother when my mother was in the US and dad was living there. She was like, don't sit and be the wife of a diplomat and enjoy New York. Go get a master's, because my mom had gone to Stephens and given up an IIM seat to marry dad because he was a foreign service officer. And Nani said कि तुम न्यूयॉर्क में हो ना, तुम पढ़ाई करो, अपनी पढ़ाई complete करो. And then that's what convinced mom to have a career and pursue it with a lot of vigor. And then I think seeing mom, I pursued my career the way it is. So yesterday, my nani, I was on CNBC. She was fully listening to a show on international funds, even though she couldn't understand half of it. She was still listening. She's like, "Fir main kuch seekh gayi."
So, I mean, you can't get better. इससे अच्छा कमेंट या कॉम्प्लीमेंट नहीं मिल सकता है अगर जब अपने जो कि आमतौर पे जो हार्डकोर क्रिटिक होते हैं वो तारीफ करे तो. So the next question from Neha is, what are the mandatory goals for young girls who is earning, so they don't have to depend on someone? What should be their state of mind? I believe. What should be their state of mind? That's all.
The goals are very personal. I think if you look at the kind of things that a young girl will want to do, obviously, marriage is one of them, and I think it's a function of circumstances. I think in my own case, I was very clear that when I got married, it would be 50-50 between me and my father, because he had done so much for my education that I wanted to, and I didn't have to, but I wanted to play a part in my own wedding. I think for me, it was very, and I probably haven't shared this anywhere else, but I just told him it's not that you can't fund my wedding, and I didn't have a very grand wedding, but I said, Papa, I want to feel a part of this. I want to change the stereotype कि ये आपकी जिम्मेदारी है, फिर बेटी पर आई हो जाएगी. I think like everything else we've done in life, let's do this together. So that was one goal that was important. I think your 20s is also a very good time to accumulate assets, because as I think someone said earlier on the call, in your 30s, you may want to take a break. You may want to start a business. You may want to change lines of career. So having a lump sum corpus for that is important. That's a long-term goal. And you should have interesting, fun, short-term goals here as a young person. It may involve travel. It may involve buying things. You guys will judge me for this. But I have a liking for bags and jewelry, and sometimes they're not very expensive. But I always tell myself every 2 years, I'm going to make some money that's just like chiller money, I call it, and I'm going to buy myself something I like one thing a year. And my mom keeps telling me every 2 years, because she knows it's coming up, okay, so what's going to happen with that little chiller money that you're going to buy? So I think goals should be serious, but goals should also be fun.
That is so true. I'm coming to
while Vinayak continues with the Q&A with Radhika, a small important announcement to all the participants. I posted a video link here. This is a fabulous interview of a conversation of Radhika Gupta with Monica Hallan, another powerful lady in the world of personal finance. Strong recommendation. Please do watch this interview at your free time. And I've read a comment below that YouTube link by somebody called Arnab, not definitely Arnab Goswami. He says, world-class guest interviewed by a world-class anchor. So you can imagine the kind of conversation would have gone through. So I posted the link. Please copy it and do watch it. Vinayak, you can continue.
Sure. Thank you, Gajendra. And one more thing, I think we are also doing YouTube live currently. And please, if you have liked this session, which I can see in the chat box that many of you have liked our initiative, please do share that link with your friends and colleagues, whosoever you think that should get benefited out of it. I believe there are no more questions.
I think एक है निधि का है. Which books would you advise for
Any
young?
books you advise young people or everyone to read? Nidhi ने पूछा है.
Okay, so
Nidhi has asked.
I'm going to give you a personal plug on this, an Edelweiss plug. We have a ton of book summaries. Why don't you go to edelweissmf.com, and there's a little thing called Insights, Nidhi, and it has book summaries, and it's got some great content. And by the way, the book summaries are in 4 or 5 page format. So the book recommendations are there. You can read the full books, but you can also read the book summaries. And since Vinayak is here, you should also go to that site and go to a page called Money Connect. It's a podcast and it's a fun podcast. We talk about investment through the mechanism of Doha. So that's really fun. I interviewed Vinayak, so I'm going to plug that. And there's also a really interesting one that kind of goes through Ramayana and talks about money through the channel of Ramayana. So that also will be a lot of fun to watch. So those are the 2 things that I recommend.
Yeah. So for today's session, Saurabh has shared the link. You can copy and keep it with. You can copy the link and share it with your friends and colleagues to watch this video. So before we sign off, Radhika, last words of wisdom from your end, and then I'll ask Saurabh, who generally when we do this physical event of ours, जो हमारा mega event होता है हर साल, he takes care of pate of people. Today he's taking care of net of people. इंटरनेट का ख्याल रख रहे हैं. आज के करता धरता वही है. तो इसके पहले कि मैं उनको सुपुर्द करूं आपको वोट ऑफ थैंक्स के लिए, लास्ट वर्ड्स ऑफ विजडम फ्रॉम योर एंड.
So I'll tell you a tiny story, and then I'll end with my 2 words of wisdom. And this comes from my father. I was a very small child in the US growing up, and there was one of those jungle gyms that you had to climb. And I climbed to the top of the jungle gym, and I was looking down, and I said, Papa, I can't come down. I'm very scared. And, he said, you have to come down. I was like, I don't even like jungle gyms. But तुझे नीचे तो आना ही पड़ेगा. You have to climb this and you have to come down. And I said, why are you forcing me? And my mother was also like, ये force क्यों कर रहे हैं कि ये करे? And he used to do that even when we went to Disneyland, and he would put me on the scariest rides. And he always told me one thing. He said, घबराना नहीं चाहिए. जिंदगी में किसी भी चीज से, किसी भी नई टास्क से, किसी भी सिचुएशन से घबराना नहीं चाहिए. And I think that advice I've always carried. And since this is about money, I would tell you कि घबराना नहीं चाहिए. Yeah, don't be scared. There's nothing, किसी भी situation में, किसी भी समस्या में घबराना नहीं चाहिए. और पैसे की बात से तो बिल्कुल नहीं घबराना चाहिए.
Very well said. In fact, where Gajendra started, कि 5 मिनट में अगर बात समझ में आ जाए तो आपका काम पूरा हो जाता है. आई थिंक आपने 2 मिनट के अंदर ही वो काम कर दिया है. और आज जो लोग यहाँ पे बैठे हैं, उन we can see the comment from the people. So, Saurabh, over to you, and then we can sign off the session.
Thank you so much, Radhika. I think it was a wonderful session. First of all, thanks a lot for taking it in English as well Hindi, so that it became apt for all the audience. And I think in this 1 hour session, we went through all facets of finance. We spoke about goal planning, we spoke about emergency funding, we spoke about mental modeling, about keeping the small chillers and enjoying life as goals and not taking money too seriously. And most importantly, I think the end part which you said, कि घबराना नहीं चाहिए. I had a friend, she was so scared of just going to the bank. She was like, I'm such a small person, if I'll go to the bank, I don't know. It was like कि बैंक वाले मुझे डांट के भगा देंगे. That was the kind of so I think so that's a great start. Just don't be worried about money. It's not, obviously it's a very important part of life, but at the same time it's not as tough or as difficult as it seems. And definitely, with the insights that you shared and the various resources that you shared about your website and various books, I'm sure people would learn and will be able to create more and more wealth for themselves. So thank you so much for the session.